Hi everyone, it's me Mel. Thought I'd do something a little different today, so I've got a different setup, thanks to my partner and his amazing equipment. So I just wanted to give a little update about my radio interview that I had yesterday evening. Nervous was just an understatement. I just had so many different things running through my mind. I just wanted to make sure I said the right thing, didn't mess up. I felt that pressure to make sure that I did say what I wanted to say. Thankfully, the guy that interviewed me, Ed, his name was, he was really lovely, he made me feel at ease. So if you want to check out that interview, I'm going to be uploading that in this video. And just thank you so much for all the support. I received so many messages yesterday, once I'd let people know that this was going to be taking place. It's just really encouraging all the time, to keep doing what I'm doing. And I just can't thank you enough. So next week, like I said, I've got an article coming out, which I'll be uploading on my social media. And I've also got a podcast that I'll be doing as well, which I forgot to mention, which is going to be on Wednesday evening that I'm actually doing that. I'm not sure when it will be uploaded, but that is with a podcast called Got Grief, which is a podcast that allows people to share their stories, and it's mainly centered around adults that have been bereaved as children. I'm really excited, that I've been invited on there to share my story. So, like I said, thank you so much again for all the support. And stay safe, just keep smiling, stay strong, and take care. Lots of love to all.
It's Edward Adoo. I hope you're having a good evening. And many of us have experienced loss at some point in our lives, and bereavement is something that 29-year-old Melissa from Stewartby knows all too well. She lost both of her parents by the age of 10, and she's now launched a YouTube channel to help others deal with their experience of loss and grief. And Mel joins us on the line now. Mel, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Listen, lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much for taking time out to talk to us tonight.
No problem.
Do you mind taking us back to when you were younger? How old were you when you lost your mum?
Yeah, so life began obviously when I was in 1991, should I say? Two wonderful parents, and my mum. Unfortunately, I lost her when I was 4 years old to ovarian cancer. A very difficult time, one that I think of pretty much every day of my life. Something you never get over.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Did you remember at the time what was going on when you realised that you'd lost your mum?
So, obviously being at that age and being so young, it didn't really, I wasn't aware of what was going on. My dad, bless him, he sheltered me from probably what was going on. I wouldn't say that I have, strong memories of my time with my mum and, her time of her being unwell.
And the time after, how did you manage to get through those times? I mean, I cannot relate to that. My parents are still alive. I've lost friends along the way, but being 4 or around that age and having to be around your friends or go to school and trying to kind of do the normal day-to-day things, how did you manage to survive or to get through those times?
I can't possibly put into words, how difficult it has been. But I know that looking down, later on down the line, my mum and dad gave me the gift of life, and I just didn't want to waste the life that they gave me. So for now, they give me the strength, the drive and determination to get through, and hence why I've started this channel now to reach out to other people and hopefully do the same for them, to support them. It's something, that I didn't have after I lost my dad.
It's great that you're strong-willed and not many people have that will or sort of those sentiments. And we're going to talk more about the channel. And you mentioned, sorry to interrupt, but you mentioned your dad, and you sadly lost your dad when you were 10. What went through your mind when you found out when your dad sadly passed away?
Yeah, so with my dad, he had stomach cancer, which we weren't aware of. It was misdiagnosed, which didn't, I was aware of that at the time. He was told that he had stomach ulcers, and obviously later down the line we found out that he had stomach cancer. And with my dad, I dealt with it slightly different. I became very angry. I rebelled, not only at school but at home also. But back then, I didn't have the support of others. I didn't have social media to turn to. I had a close network of friends. But I didn't have anywhere to go to. To find anyone that experienced the same as myself or even similar.
Was the anger sparking out your emotions and trying to reach out to people to tell them what you were going through?
Yeah, I guess it was probably a cry for help, I guess, but all in the wrong way. I look back at it and I think, why did I behave in that way? But I just didn't know how to express the emotions in the correct way. And I didn't have the support, like I said, around me to know, was this how I was meant to be feeling, or I just didn't know how to express it.
It's all about support. I think fundamentally it's about having that support. Do you think having the support around you enables you to reach out, to talk to people, and most importantly to share your emotions and your thoughts?
What, as in now, do you mean?
Or as in generally, I mean, if you had someone there at the time to open the door and say, look, please don't be angry, talk to me.
Yeah, I guess it probably would have helped, and I probably wouldn't have gone down some of the path that I did, because life could have gone a different way for me, to how it has. I'm extremely proud of how far I have come.
And what you're doing now, which we're going to come to in just a minute, it's a great thing, and it will enable people to talk about it. But things somewhat got out of control, sort of out of your hands as you got older. You lost more people who were close to you, and I'm trying to imagine putting myself in your position. I'm not sure how I would be able to cope. Did you ever question what was going on? Did you ever question, why is this happening to me?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, even now I still feel like that. Not as a woe me, but I've spoken about it a few times to a certain amount of people. I did almost feel like a bad omen. I felt like death was following me, and that it was me that was bringing it on. Within time I've had to work through that.
How did you challenge those thoughts?
I don't know. It's a hard one. I don't know. I can't answer that.
Sure, no, I understand. I mean, you're saying, your death is following. I mean, no one wants to think that. No one wants to think because of what's happened. It's not a nice thing to have, dwelling or sitting with you on a daily basis or minute by minute. When do you think? Was there a moment that you were able to challenge those, not so demons or those kind of dark thoughts, and say, look, I'm in the right place. I don't think death is following me.
No, I just think it's always something that just hangs around in the back of my mind. It's constantly there. Like I said, it's not something you can ever get over. You just learn to get through it. And that's what I do on a daily basis. I just get through it.
How do you get through it now?
Well, I'm lucky that I've got a good support network. I've got amazing friends. I've got an amazing partner and my partner's family. And I've got two amazing boys as well. I'm very fortunate that I have a lovely little family now. And that's something that, I've always wanted for a very long time. They give me my strength, to keep pushing through in this funny old thing we call life.
Indeed, and I'm glad you've got that close knit. You've got your partner, you've got your kids, and you've got the people there around you. I want to find out more about the YouTube channel. What made you decide to share your story and start it up?
So I created the channel in the second lockdown. I just guessed that, I was furloughed from work. I didn't, have the time before. But yeah, I had always had the thought of doing it. I'd always had the encouragement, and I just thought, do you know what? When is the right time to do something like this? There isn't a time,
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe this time's now. So I just took the plunge, and yeah, I'm just so glad that I did.
Sometimes you just got to get out there and do it, and I'm so glad
Yeah.
that you've done it, because bereavement is tricky, and not many people. I remember when I lost my friend back in 2000. We went out for a drink. He ended up passing out. He had a hole in the heart, which he never told me. He ended up in a coma, and I never saw him again. And I always go back to that
Okay.
moment
I'm
and
sorry to
think,
hear that.
no, thank you. And always go to think about that and say, look, because I kind of blame myself sometimes, because I kind of jokingly said, it's your round, go and get me a drink. And I keep on saying to myself, if I'd bought the drinks, would he still be here? So those are the kind of, I suppose, the demons and the thoughts in my head I need to deal with.
Yeah.
If there was one thing you could say to someone who's going through a similar experience, I just mentioned mine, but what would it be? What would you say to them?
Well, just sort of saying what I've already said, you're never going to get through, you're never going to get over, something like this. You just learn to get through it. I always remember feeling alone, and obviously struggled, knowing that there wasn't anyone else around me that had experienced the same as myself, which made it difficult. But just, reach out to anyone, and it's okay, not to be okay. And it's so important to talk. For me, I always kept my barriers up, them walls around me to protect myself, which is okay also. But now I know that it's okay to let people in and let people help.
Mel,
You don't
thank
have
you.
to go.
Mel,
Go for
sorry
it
to
alone.
interrupt you so much. Thank you so much for talking to us and sharing. I hate to use the term experiences of what you went through. Where can people find out more about you and the channel, about the YouTube channel, please?
Yeah, so the channel is called Me Mel, My Story. You can find that on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram, which is underscore Melly, MELLYY underscore 20 underscore. So you can find me on there. You can find me on Facebook under Mel Robinson. So if anyone wants to, reach out, send me a message, I'll try my best to get back to you. And I might not always have the right words, but just to have that listening ear, I just think so important.
So great to talk to you this evening, Mel. Thank you so much for your time, and have a good week.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and take care.